In his book, 4,000 Weeks Time Management for Mortals, Oliver Burkeman challenges our perception of time and how we attempt to control it. The title refers to the average human lifespan of around 4,000 weeks and highlights key human limitations. Berkman argues that our attempts to master time often backfire, leading to increased stress and decreased fulfillment. Here's my analysis of the core concepts. I highly recommend you buy this book and share it with everyone you know. The first lesson is the paradox of time management. Time becomes our master. As we age, we begin to view time as a resource to be controlled and used efficiently. It's a form of leverage. This mindset leads to pressure and self criticism when we feel like we're wasting our time, when we feel like we're not working hard or doing something that matters. However, this approach backfires as we become consumed by the need to dominate time, sacrificing the present moment for an elusive future goal that we don't even know that we're going to achieve. We find ourselves constantly worrying about whether things will work out, experiencing life in terms of some form of later and hoping for a benefit that rarely finding true peace of mind. The second lesson is the paradox of limitation. We often invest energy in avoiding the painful truth of our limited time. By numbing ourselves with busyness and distraction, we avoid confronting tough choices. However, the more we try to manage time and achieve total control of it, the more stressful and frustrating life becomes. Conversely, accepting and working with our limitations lead to a more productive and meaningful and joyful life. Berkman encourages us to embrace our existence's inherent constraints and find freedom within those boundaries. That's the beauty of life. The third lesson is embracing your limitations. The efficiency trap is the primary trap of this. And becoming more efficient often leads to accepting more demands, negating any benefit gained. The solution lies not in cramming more into your to-do list, but in letting go of the fantasy of getting everything done and focusing on what truly counts. If you focus on everything, you focus on nothing. So you might as well focus on the few things that matter the most. And Berkman warns against the allure of trying to solve the problem of busyness by simply becoming more efficient, as this often leads to taking on even more commitments, more responsibilities, more tasks, more projects, more. The next lesson is deciding what to fail at. By deciding in advance what areas of your life you won't excel in, you free up time and energy to focus on what matters most. And oftentimes that can be so difficult. But this cyclical approach replaces the pressure of work-life balance. Berkman suggests intentionally choosing what to neglect can be a liberating and empowering act, allowing you to prioritize what truly matters to you. The next lesson from this book is the art of creative neglect. Berkman suggests 3 principles for mastering the art of creative neglect. Principle 1, pay yourself first when it comes to time by working on your most important project first thing each day. Second, limit your work in progress to up to 3 items at a time and resist middling priorities and learn to say no to things you want to do but aren't essential. He emphasizes that deliberately choosing what to neglect creates space and energy needed to focus on your true priorities. The other lesson from this book is about cultivating patience and presence. And it starts with radical incrementalism. Develop the patience and understand that while you may not produce more or much every day, consistent effort over time leads to significant accomplishments that compound over time. Practice stopping when your allotted time is up, even if you could do more. Berkman argues that this approach helps cultivate the patience and persistence needed to sustain productivity over the long term rather than burning out in pursuit of short term gains and trying to push more and more into your day. The next lesson here is about developing a taste for having problems. So many people shut down in the face of problems. And in my company, one of our core values is accept problems and then solve them, because life every day, every week, every month, every year is a series of problems and hurdles that you're trying to overcome. So recognize that a life without problems would be a meaningless life. Shift your perspective to view problems as a substance of a meaningful existence. Bergman encourages us to let go of the unrealistic goal of eliminating all problems. Instead, develop an appreciation with challenges as an integral part of a fulfilling life. The next lesson in this book is about navigating the attention economy. So, in today's world, countless distractions vie for our attention, often persuading us to focus on things that aren't truly important. Recognizing that our attention is the product being sold can help us make more intentional choices about where we're investing our attention. Bergman warns that the attention economy is designed to distract us from our true priorities and values, and that resisting its pull requires conscious effort and discipline. So, the other topic here is why we get distracted and what we can do about it. Distraction often stems from a desire to escape discomfort or a lack of control in some way. By accepting the inevitability of discomfort and turning our attention to the reality of the situation, we can minimize distractions. Bergman suggests that the key to overcoming distraction is to develop a greater tolerance for discomfort and uncertainty rather than constantly seeking to escape or control our experiences. So, there might be another question of where worry and anxiety comes from, but much of our anxiety stems from attempting to control the future through planning, only to realize that the future can never provide the reassurance we crave. Recognizing that the demand for reassurance will never be satisfied can help alleviate the anxiety. Berkman argues that the pursuit of certainty and security is ultimately futile, and that true peace of mind comes from accepting the inherent uncertainty of life. You can't control what other people do. Understand that anxiety often stems from an unrealistic desire for certainty, and that letting go of this desire can be liberating. Now, cultivating creativity and generosity. Your originality lies on the far side of unoriginality. Becoming original requires patience and a willingness to immerse oneself by copying others, learning new skills, and accumulating experience. And by copying others, it doesn't mean publishing them, but practicing how they talk, how they speak, how they practice. Berkman emphasizes that true originality results from a long process of learning, experimentation, and iteration rather than a sudden flash of genius. The next lesson in the book is about cultivating instantaneous generosity. Act on generous impulses immediately rather than putting them off for later. This not only ensures that the act happens, but also cultivates happiness. Bergman suggests that acting on generous impulses can be a powerful way to create meaning and connection in our lives. By embracing your limitations, focusing on what truly matters, cultivating patience, presence, generosity, we can make the most of our 4,000 weeks and live a more meaningful, joyful life. Berkman's book, 4,000 Weeks Time Management for Mortals, offers a powerful perspective shift, encouraging us to question our assumptions about time, productivity, and what it means to live a good, happy life. We can create a more intentional, fulfilling existence by applying these insights to our daily lives. So go buy the book. The URL is in the description below. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, follow the channel, and elevate your leadership game.